I gotta make it out of this situation or else. There is no other option. I cannot complain. I cannot cry. I cannot lay down. I cannot give up. I have to make it out or else. It's time to create a new identity for yourself. And the only way that you're going to create a new identity for yourself, a new path for yourself, a whole new reality, yes, is by accepting responsibility, taking responsibilities for each and every action that you take, whether that's waking up late, whether that's eating the wrong foods, or whether it's simply not caring enough. Taking accountability for your actions is the thing that's keeping you from that idealistic life that you want to live out. Every single choice that we make throughout our life has the ability to change the future. And I feel like a lot of us don't really realize that, but it's a huge thing whenever you really think about it on a fundamental level. Whenever it comes to time travel, there's this idea called the butterfly effect. And the butterfly effect is when you make one decision and it changes trillions upon trillions of decisions, creating an entirely new timeline.
This line represents the normal flow of events. Here's where you met Lois, here's where you got married, and here's the present. And here's the night at the bar. Now, at some point during that evening, you did something that changed the course of your history, causing the timeline to skew off into an alternate tangent, where you're married to Molly Ringwald, Quagmire's married to Lois, and for some reason we have a chalkboard in the living room.
Well, what are we gonna do?
We gotta figure out what happened at this point in time. And I'll tell you another thing that worries me. You ever hear the theory that if you kill a butterfly in the past, it can drastically alter the present? Well, who knows what else we changed?
That's what the idea of the butterfly effect is, and you could apply those same principles to your real life, because every little micro thing that you do, and I don't want you to take this and use it, or I don't want you to take this and start to feel anxious and think about every single action that you make, because no matter who you are, no matter what background you come from, no matter what you do, there's no escaping failure. There's no escaping struggle, because that's part of this human life experience. There will be struggles, there will be trials, there will be tribulations, but it's not up to you to avoid those. It's up to you to go through those situations and learn. And once you start taking accountability for your actions and understanding that, yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, things didn't go the way that I wanted them to go, but I learned from that and I improved and made a different reality by next time. Instead of doing that same thing, instead of making that same mistake, I switched my approach to it, and now I succeeded, creating a new timeline. And every single time you make a decision, you're creating a timeline. But the more decisions that you take responsibility for, and you actually learn the lessons, you actually do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna get closer and closer to the timeline where you are happy, to the timeline where you are less depressed, to the timeline where you are filled with less anxiety. And this goes for relationships, this goes for goals that you have in your life, this goes for everything. The thing that's keeping you from achieving it is you taking responsibility. I done been there before, y'all. I understand. I know how it is. One thing that I struggled with when I was younger, and sometimes I find myself thinking about it. Sometimes I find my mind consumed with lust, and I have to, pray. I have to, come back to light, and I'm still, improving in that area, is my lustful addiction towards like porn and things of that nature. And I feel like it's something that so many people struggle with, but nobody really has a true solution, because to be completely honest, you could watch as many videos as you want, you could do all of the research, you could go to therapy, but no matter what you do, the only way to truly help yourself and help yourself get through this life and be happy and do all of the things that you want to do is you, bruh. That's why, I think one of my biggest videos on the channel right now is start dating yourself. It's because a lot of people don't tell you that taking care of yourself is highly, highly important. And when I say highly, highly important, I really do mean it. Taking care of yourself makes the biggest difference in your life, because everything is an extension of you. And you could use that idea of dating yourself coupled with taking responsibility for your actions, and it is the recipe for love. It is the recipe for love, because in order to take responsibility for your actions, you have to be aware. You have to understand each action that you're making in order to change those actions. You have to be consciously there every single step of the way. through the good and the bad. I know sometimes whenever we think of success or whenever we think of positivity, we don't ever think of negativity, but one can't exist without the other. One cannot exist without the other. If you have positivity, you have to have negativity. And if you want to have a positive life, a fulfilling life, you're going to have moments in your life where you are not fulfilled to know what fulfillment even look like. It as above, so below. It's literally everywhere, bruh. You just have to find it. You have to look for it. And you have to really, really live it out. Now that you have this knowledge, now that you have this understanding, you can go out there and change your life. Every choice, every single day, every little thing that you do is going to add up over time. But you have to take it one step at a time, one day at a time. If you want to be more productive throughout your day, if you feel like the 9 to 5 is not for you, if you feel like you working too hard, you feel like you don't have enough money, no matter what it is, you're going to have to ask yourself, what is my end result? What is my goal? And what actions am I going to have to take every single day in order to get to that goal? You might have to wake up a little bit earlier than you used to. It might put you in a state where you're a little bit uncomfortable. But sometimes you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, and sacrificing that little bitty 5 minutes of sleep, I promise you, it's going to make a difference in the long run. Because the first 5 minutes of your day are very, very important. It could set the whole mood. Imagine you wake up fresh out the bed and you have a horrible day. You get a phone call. Somebody tell you, God forbid, that somebody that you care about, somebody that you love has passed away. That's going to taint your day. That's going to make that day a little bit less happy. That's going to make your day a little bit less fulfilling no matter what you achieve that day. So that just lets you know that that first 5 minutes, that first 10 minutes, that first hour of the day is very, very important. If you start your day off productive, if you start your day off happy, if you go to the shower and you play some music and you in a good headspace, it's going to make a difference. It's going to be different than you waking up and hopping on your phone, or you waking up and telling yourself, oh, I'm going to just get 10 more minutes of sleep. And now you rushing to get to work. Now you rushing to get to school. Now you rushing. Your whole day is rushed because you didn't start the day off calm. And you don't even know that until you consciously think about that. You have to consciously think. And I know it's a lot of work, but success is not going to be a walk in the park. Success is not going to be a walk in the park, and you shouldn't expect it to be a walk in the park. Because if success was a walk in the park, then everybody would be doing it. It wouldn't be no point in even trying for anybody. Everybody would be successful. And you got to understand that throughout your life, no matter what you go through, it's not going to be a walk in the park if you want better, if you want more, if you want to improve. But you also got to understand that you're completely capable. You are completely capable of everything that you got up here. I don't care what it is. You completely capable. But you got to understand it's a certain set of actions. Kind of like universal rules. There are certain rules. There are certain codes. Your life is kind of like a computer. The certain actions that you take are like codes in the computer. If you input the right action that lines up with that goal, you take one step forward towards that goal. But you also got to understand that the inverse is completely and utterly, and a lot of people don't understand this, on the complete opposite end, the same rules apply. You put the wrong input in for that goal, it's going to put you in the complete different direction. You put the wrong input in for that goal, you're going to take a step backwards because you stepping further away from that goal and the actions that it take to get to that goal. If you want to be more productive and you sleeping in 10, 20, 30 minutes, every single day, those minutes adding up from your productivity. Today is 30 minutes extra. You do 2 days of 30 minutes, you lost an hour of productivity. Every single day gonna add up where you make them negative choices. Every single negative choice add up. You got to get to a point to where the positives outweigh the negatives, and then your life gonna start leaning towards positivity. It go with your thoughts, it go with your actions, everything, your environment, everything. It all play a part in your success. If you got negative people around you, people who want you to be comfortable, people who say, oh, it's okay to eat that junk food. It's okay to skip the gym. It's okay to go party. It's okay. You're going to become okay with being normal. You're going to become okay with that version of you. You're not going to see the problems that you're facing day to day. Or at least you're not going to be pulled. You're not going to be pulled by the ferocity that it takes in order for you to be successful. You're not going to be pulled in that direction. You're not going to feel it in your gut like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. If people around you telling you it's okay, because they completely contradicting what you feeling and what you seeing. They telling you it's okay, but they not living through what you living through. They not living with that guilt of not chasing a dream. They not living with that they not living with that paycheck to paycheck type of lifestyle. And even if they are, they might be comfortable with that. That might be their dream life. But if that's not your dream life, you can't take their standard and apply it to your life. You got to come up with your own standard. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. You got to chase your own goals. You got to stand in your own lane. And as you run down that lane, you can't get distracted by everybody else and what they got going on, because their journey completely different than your journey. You got to be independent, but allow people to come into your life in a healthy way. And matter of fact, your dream should be so big. You should be so inspirational that whenever other people come around you, just like how they make you comfortable, you should make them uncomfortable to the point to where they want to be better too. They look up to you because you different than everybody else. You don't want to go to the club every single weekend, drink the same drinks, get drunk every single time, come home, wake up, feel sick, maybe throw up. You going through the motions, and you know that you're going through the motions. That's why you're watching the video. That's why you feeling everything that I'm saying, because you know you're going through the motions, but you haven't made the decisions to change. And 9 times out of 10, it's not only your environment, the people you got around you, but it's because you're not being responsible for your actions. And it take a real person who really real deal understand that they got the power to change stuff, and the fact that they really do want the success. You got to actually want it. Now, I can't make you want that, my nigga. I can't make you, you know what I'm saying? I can't make you do nothing. It's up to you. And once you take control of your life and understand that you got the power to change, and you can't expect, the world to cooperate, because sometimes it just don't cooperate. That's life. But we can't control what we can't control. We got to control what we can control. And what we can control is our actions. What we can control is the people that we have around us. And even the people that you got around you who you can't get from around. I know some of y'all might be at home and you around people, you born into a family of people who lazy. That should be more motivation to you, man. Like, what? You got people around you who not feeding your spirit, that should be more motivation to get right quicker than somebody else, so that you could get right and get up out of that environment, bruh. That toxic environment that's not feeding you, bruh. Whenever we think of TV, whenever we think of sports, no matter what it is, it's always this golden era of sports. It's always this golden era. And I'm sure you could think of that golden era of music, or that golden era where things just felt right. Not only your life felt right, but the music felt right. The atmosphere, the culture that you was consuming just felt euphoric, bruh. It felt real. Like, it felt, come on, bro. You know what I'm talking about. It felt real, bruh. I want you to think back to those times, those golden moments. And I want you to understand the reason those moments felt so authentic, so refreshing, is because the people in those times, they were chasing something huge. It's not like today's time where people just doing stuff for clout. They knew back then that they had to be authentic. They knew back then that they had to put in an excess amount of work. But those people, they didn't make excuses. They wanted it so bad that the excuses weren't worth making. They had to make it out or else. And you got to have that same vision, that same mindset when it comes to your dreams. I got to make it out of this situation or else. There is no other option. I cannot complain. I cannot cry. I cannot lay down. I cannot give up. I have to make it out or else. And when I say or else, I want you to think, or else I'm going to continue being depressed. Or else I'm going to continue living the life that I'm living right now, this unfulfilled lifestyle. Or else I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life knowing that I knew I could have did better. I knew I could have made better decisions every single day, but I chose. Come on now, but I chose. And take real responsibility and let yourself know that I chose not to, you know what I'm saying? I chose to be comfortable. And it wasn't a comfort that came out of my hard work. It was a comfort from not working hard. And because I had that comfort from not working hard, I got less. I got less out of the world from working less. Come on, bro. Nothing in this life is free, not even the time that you get. The time that you get is the most valuable thing, in fact. So we got to utilize that time and make the right decisions with our time. Make the right decisions in that moment, because every single moment where you make a right decision is every single moment that you taking a step in the right direction. Hopefully this woke somebody up. Hopefully this improved somebody's mindset, because if you can improve this up here, everything else will follow. The road that you're going to pave by improving this is going to lead to a beautiful place. And I hope you know that you're fully capable of getting to that place. You just got to make the right decisions each and every day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like. We've been growing the channel. I'm going to continue to give y'all these videos to feed your spirit, feed your soul. And if you, like I say in every video, if you got anything specific you need me to talk about, anything specific that you're struggling with, let me know in the comment section below. And hit the like button, because it do help other people find the video. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace and love always. Vex out.